downtown Los Angeles is seen from the sky above. Wow, that is beautiful. On the road and hungry for a win against the Western Conference rival, the San Antonio Spurs are ready for this one to get started. We're at the Staples Center where the Clippers will try to turn it up on their home floor. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA presented by 2K Sports for this Thursday afternoon game. Look now, State Farm presents the starting lineups. And guys, checking out Blake Griffin. What can we expect here?
Well, everybody knows around the league that if you get in Blake Griffin's way when he has a head of steam going, you're going to end up on his poster at some point. So since coming into the league, I think he's become as intimidating a player as we've seen.
I agree. It's just not posterizing people either, Steve, although he does a bunch of that. When he gets a steal and has a free lane to the basket on a breakaway, there's a good chance the crowd's going to see a mini dunk contest from Blake.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Crawford passes to Griffin. The kick outside to Butler. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Misses it from 7 feet out. Now here's Butler. Griffin goes in. Slams it on the run.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 0. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
And I thought the defense was key here for this club. They really tightened up and made it difficult on their opponent.
How about the help on the drives and rotations? I mean, they've really been in sync as a unit.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, Parker and Manu Ginobili, their backcourt. Steven Jackson is out there with Splitter, and it's Bonner in at the 5, down low. Here's Parker. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, that's the right move. Get a good possession here, play defense, and get one more opportunity to score.
Shot on the wing. No luck. And the Clippers will come the other way. Passes it to Bledsoe. Clippers moving the ball around. Knocks it loose.
Slowing it down here, smart. Play for the last shot of the quarter.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, dribble it down to 6 seconds or so and then go. That way you got a chance for a second shot if you miss.
Well, it took a while, but somebody finally got a shot to go.
You know, I'm starting to get a little concerned for them. I mean, it hadn't been pretty to this point.
Griffin kicks to Butler. There's the triple, and the shot is good. Butler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so that brings the first half to a close. Clippers ahead. Half about to start here in just a few moments.
You know, one of the things the Clippers did really well last year, guys, was they competed against the Western Conference at a pretty high level. And that's not easy. I mean, the West is definitely the stronger of the two conferences. So for the Clippers to fare well against that group of teams was pretty impressive.
In the front court, it's Caron Butler, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. Chris Paul is out there with Crawford. That's Vinny Del Negro's 5 as we get into the second half. Jordan kicks to Butler. The feed to Griffin. Back to Butler. Jordan dishes to Butler. Griffin using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Well, and you can't let them get deep position.
Yeah, you got to do your work early here, Steve, and you got to be physical with it.
Parker passes to Duncan. Back to Parker. Over Jordan. And Parker gets it to go. The assist from Duncan. Parker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
13 feet away. And it's San Antonio with another.
Tony Parker doing major work with some nice hoops.
Here's Paul. And he beat the buzzer. But it's no good. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Clippers lead by 4. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kev. And it's the Clippers with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. They put together a very strong push as soon as the game tipped off, and they haven't let up once, as they've really put together the kind of game a coach dreams of as they head now to the fourth period.
Doris, thank you. That was right around the head, quite exemplary of what we think of when we think about that turning point. Definitely a Sprite uncontainable game moment.
Yeah, you won't get any argument from me, Kevin. It was as big a factor in this game as anything. You know, when a team builds up that much momentum, it just becomes so hard to turn the tide back around.
Yeah, see, they just kept the throttle down. They sensed an area of weakness and then just continued to exploit it, never letting up.
On the court for San Antonio. At the 2 and 3, Mario and Leonard. Splitter is out there with Duncan, and it's Parker in at the 1. The shot's good from Paul.
Well, they are not exactly taking their foot off the gas just yet.
No, they want to throw a little bit of whipped cream and some cherry on top of this one.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of a nice smooth finger roll. I like it.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
There's 10 seconds left in the game. For 3, Bonner. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Here's Odom. Off the mark. So the Clippers with the win. Both teams